Welcome to Paris, the City of Lights. I'm so excited to be your guide today as we explore the top things to do, the iconic places to visit, and, of course, the best spots to eat at in this dazzling city. From the iconic Eiffel Tower to the masterpieces in the Louvre, Paris has something for everyone. We'll wander through charming neighborhoods, cruise down the Seine River, and savor the flavors of French cuisine. So, grab your beret, tie on your walking shoes, and get ready for an unforgettable Parisian adventure. Our journey begins with the quintessential Parisian experience, a visit to the Eiffel Tower. This iconic structure, once considered an eyesore by some Parisians, now symbolizes the city itself. Built for the 1889 World's Fair, the tower was meant to be a temporary exhibit. But its popularity soared and it quickly became a beloved landmark. As you ascend the tower, either by stairs or lift, take a moment to appreciate the intricate ironwork and the panoramic views of the city unfolding below. From the top, you can spot all the major sites: the Louvre, the Arc de Triomphe, the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, and the winding Seine River. It's a view that will stay with you long after you've left Paris. Don't forget to grab a crepe from a vendor near the Champ de Mars. It's the perfect Parisian treat. Next, we venture into the heart of Paris to the Louvre Museum, home to centuries of artistic treasures. Even if you're not an art enthusiast, the sheer scale and grandeur of this former royal palace will leave you speechless. The Louvre's collection is vast, encompassing everything from Egyptian antiquities to Renaissance masterpieces. But the star of the show is undoubtedly Leonardo da Vinci's enigmatic Mona Lisa. Be prepared for crowds, but don't let that detract from the experience. Take your time to appreciate the details, the brushstrokes, and the stories behind these iconic works of art. Afterward, escape the crowds with a stroll through the Tuileries Garden, a tranquil oasis just outside the museum walls. And if you're looking for a bite to eat, there are plenty of charming cafes and bistros in the surrounding streets, perfect for soaking up the Parisian ambience. No trip to Paris is complete without a visit to the Notre Dame Cathedral, a masterpiece of Gothic architecture. Even after the devastating fire in 2019, the cathedral remains a symbol of Parisian resilience and spirit. As you approach the island of Île de la Cité, where the cathedral stands, you'll be struck by its soaring towers, intricate carvings, and the famous gargoyles that seem to watch over the city. While the interior is currently closed for restoration, the exterior alone is a testament to the skill and artistry of the medieval craftsmen who built it. Take a moment to admire the stained glass windows, the flying buttresses, and the sheer scale of the structure. The square in front of the cathedral is a lively gathering spot for locals and tourists alike. Grab a coffee or a croissant from a nearby bakery and soak up the atmosphere. And for a unique perspective, consider taking a walk along the banks of the Seine at night, when the cathedral is illuminated against the dark sky. Now let's escape the hustle and bustle of central Paris and venture into the charming neighborhood of Montmartre. Perched atop a hill, Montmartre has long been a haven for artists and bohemians. As you wander the cobblestone streets, you'll encounter street performers, painters selling their wares, and charming cafes tucked away in hidden corners. At the heart of Montmartre stands the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, a stunning white-domed basilica that offers breathtaking views of the city. Be sure to take a ride on the funicular, a small cable car that whisks you to the top of the hill. And if you're feeling peckish, Montmartre is teeming with charming cafes and bistros serving up traditional French fare. For a different perspective on the City of Lights, hop aboard a bateau mouche for a leisurely cruise down the Seine River. This is a wonderful way to see many of Paris's most iconic landmarks from a unique vantage point. As you glide along the water, you'll pass by the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, the Notre Dame Cathedral, and many other notable sites. Listen to the commentary as you learn about the history and architecture of the city, or simply relax and soak up the scenery. Cruises are available throughout the day and evening, but for a truly magical experience, consider taking an evening cruise when the city is illuminated. Many boats offer dinner cruises, allowing you to combine sightseeing with a delicious meal. No trip to Paris is complete without a stroll down the Champs-Élysées, one of the most famous avenues in the world. This grand boulevard, stretching from the Arc de Triomphe to the Place de la Concorde, is a shopper's paradise lined with luxury boutiques, flagship stores, and elegant cafes. Even if you're not in the mood for shopping, the Champs-Élysées is a feast for the senses. Admire the architecture, people watch from a sidewalk cafe, or simply soak up the vibrant atmosphere. Be sure to stop at La Durée for some of the best macarons in Paris, or indulge in a hot chocolate at Angelina, a Parisian institution. The Champs-Élysées is particularly beautiful at night when the avenue is illuminated and the Eiffel Tower sparkles in the distance. And if you're visiting during the holiday season, don't miss the magical Christmas market that takes over the avenue. Let's return to the heights of Montmartre, this time to focus on the magnificent Sacré-Cœur Basilica. This stunning white-domed basilica, perched atop the highest point in that city, offers not only spiritual solace but also some of the most breathtaking panoramic views of Paris. As you climb the steps leading to the basilica, take a moment to appreciate the intricate details of its architecture and the sense of peace that surrounds it. Once inside, the basilica's serene atmosphere and beautiful mosaics will captivate you. Light a candle, offer a prayer, or simply sit in quiet contemplation. But the true highlight is the view from the dome. Climb the narrow spiral staircase. It's a bit of a workout, but well worth the effort. And you'll be rewarded with a 360-degree panorama of Paris that stretches for miles. From here, you can see all the iconic landmarks, as well as the charming rooftops and winding streets of the city below. Now we're off to Le Marais, one of Paris's most historic and atmospheric districts. This charming neighborhood, once a swamp, as its name suggests, is now a vibrant mix of old and new, where medieval architecture rubs shoulders with trendy boutiques and traditional bakeries sit alongside hip cafes. As you wander the narrow cobblestone streets, be sure to look up and admire the beautifully preserved buildings, many dating back to the 17th and 18th centuries. Le Marais is also home to some of Paris's best museums, including the Musée Picasso and the Musée Carnavalet, which tells the history of the city. And if you're looking for a taste of Jewish culture, head to the Rue des Rosiers, where you'll find traditional bakeries, falafel shops and bookstores. Le Marais is a neighborhood that begs to be explored on foot, so take your time. Get lost in the maze of streets and discover the hidden gems that await around every corner. Prepare to be swept away by the intellectual and artistic spirit of Saint-Germain-des-Prés, a neighborhood steeped in history and brimming with Parisian charm. Once a hub for philosophers, writers and artists, think Jean-Paul Sartre, Simone de Beauvoir and Ernest Hemingway, Saint-Germain-des-Prés retains its intellectual air but with a decidedly chic twist. Browse the shelves of legendary bookstores like Shakespeare and Company, sip coffee at Le Deux Magots, where Hemingway once frequented, or enjoy a jazz concert at the iconic Café de Flore. Saint-Germain-des-Prés is also a shopper's paradise, with a mix of high-end boutiques, independent designers and antique shops. And if you're looking for a bite to eat, you'll find everything from traditional French bistros to trendy fusion restaurants. Our Parisian adventure culminates at one of the city's most legendary cafes, Café de Flore. For over a century, this iconic brasserie has been a meeting place for intellectuals, artists and celebrities, and its legacy continues to draw visitors from around the globe. Step inside and be transported back in time as you admire the cafe's Art Deco interior, red velvet banquettes and marble-top tables. The air is thick with conversation, the clinking of coffee cups, and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee and cigarettes, though smoking is no longer allowed inside. Order a café crème and a pastry, and imagine the likes of Pablo Picasso, Ernest Hemingway and Simone de Beauvoir engaging in lively discussions at the next table. Café de Flore is more than just a café, it's an experience, a glimpse into the soul of Parisian intellectual and artistic life. So sit back, relax and savor the moment as you soak up the ambience of this legendary establishment. Thanks for joining me on this whirlwind tour of Paris. I hope you've enjoyed discovering the city's iconic landmarks, hidden gems and delectable cuisine, from the Eiffel Tower to the Louvre to the charming cafes of Saint-Germain-des-Prés. Paris has captured our hearts and left us with memories to last a lifetime. Don't forget to subscribe to Food Book for more culinary adventures around the world. Until next time, bon appétit!